How you doing, YouTube? This is Gunnery Sergeant 67 bringing you a new YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is going to be on the invasion of the United States, my take on the coming collapse, episode number 7. Alright, YouTube, if you go ahead and pay attention to the news and all the things going on around us, one of the things that are front and center is the immigration issue going on at the southern border here in the United States. I recently watched a Fox News report towards the end of January, and it had a Fox News reporter talking to an illegal immigrant, and the reporter asked, hey, who are you? I mean, he basically said some other stuff, but basically, hey, who are you? And the illegal immigrant said, if you were smart, you would already know who I am. But you're not smart. So you're not going to know who I am. But here very soon, you will know who I am. In my mind, that is a direct threat to the United States. And if we take a look at all of the crossings that are happening at the southern border, it's something like 70% of the illegal immigrants that are coming across are young males between the ages of 17 and 35, and they don't have families. They're just coming across, regardless of what their reasons are. Now, they're not refugees. Regardless of what they are saying their reasons are, they're illegal immigrants. They're crossing into this nation illegally at the southern border. Now, with that, if you take a look at all of the statistics now, these are government statistics from the Department of Homeland Security and Customs and Border Patrol, the terror watch list encounters. I'm going to go all the way back to when President Biden first took office. In 2021, we had 173 individuals on the terror watch list try to come across the U.S. border that was caught. In 2022, we had 478 individuals on the terror watch list that tried to come through the southern border that was apprehended. 2023, last year, we had 736 individuals that were on the terrorist watch list that were encountered on the southern border. And this year, fiscal year 2024, we've already had 80. Out of those 4 years, we've had 1,467 individuals that were apprehended at the southern border of the United States on the terrorist watch list. 1,467 individuals on the terrorist watch list. That is ridiculous. And then to top off all of that, those are just the individuals they caught. How many other individuals on the terrorist watch list they catch? Just to be generous, let's say another 25%. You're talking about another like 250, 300 individuals. That would put it up to almost 1,800. And the real number is probably more like double. So it's probably closer to 3,000 individuals, if not more, that were on the terrorist watch list that probably got into this country that are plotting things to take retribution against the United States. And on top of that, you have the normal illegal immigrants that have crossed the border. Just in 2021, again, when President Biden took office, we had 1.6 million illegal immigrants cross the border. 2022, we had 2.2. 2023, we had 2.5 million. And then just in 2024, fiscal year 2024, We've had 3 months in the fiscal year that passed. We have over 700,000 illegal immigrants that have come into the United States just in the last 3+ years. And before President Biden took office, we had 10.2 million illegal immigrants that were residing in the U.S. already. So now, with all of those numbers, you have an additional 7 million illegal immigrants here in the United States. And you couple that with a 10.2 that the government is saying is here already, that is 17.2 million illegal immigrants that are currently within the United States. That is greater than the population of over half of the U.S. states here in America. That is ridiculous. So, with all of this being said, all of these numbers, and these are government numbers, mind you, I don't completely trust them. I think they're underreported when it comes to things like this. Whenever they're reporting bad news, I tend to think that the federal government skews the numbers to make it look better. And then when numbers come in lower and they're trying to make things look better, I think they overstate statistics. But in this case, I think they're understating it. I would venture to say that there's probably closer to 20 to probably 25 million illegal immigrants here in the United States right now. Because all of these numbers are what we have apprehended, and they make a guesstimation from all the technology and the sightings and all of that other stuff of known or possible gotaways. So really there's no way to tell. But it's probably closer to 20 to 25 million illegal immigrants that are here in the United States. With a good portion of them, well, I shouldn't say a good portion, with a small portion that have bad intentions to Americans and American infrastructure and the American way of life. So what am I getting at with saying all of this? Is that this is just another reason to ensure that you are prepared. Anything from terrorist attacks to consumption of resources to the preoccupying of your state and federal servants' time and effort. The judicial system is bogged down with a lot of these illegal immigrants and the crime that comes along with it, and then of course the loss of jobs. All of these things happen when you have a group of elected officials that do not enforce laws and regulations that are already on the books. With the past administration was in office, we had the most secure border ever in the history of the United States. And this administration came in and reversed all of it. They continue to lie to the American people and say that the border is secure. There's not an invasion, but there is. You have the governors of Florida and Texas sending illegal immigrants all over the country to sanctuary cities and sanctuary states like California, Illinois, New York, Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco. All of these places are receiving illegal immigrants, and they're coming out and saying that they're taxed to capacity. I can just imagine what these border states are going through right now. Texas right now is defying the federal government and putting up razor wire. Their cases to protect themselves against an invasion, and they're literally defying the orders of the President of the United States, citing that he has broke his oath of office. This is unprecedented. We're seeing a complete breakdown of our federal government. The federal government's inability to be just and fair. Corruption is rampant, and the federal government is just completely inept. We have too many people inside of our federal government that are more it is more important for them to ensure that the individuals that are holding positions within these important alphabet agencies of what skin color, ethnicity, and their sexual orientation is, as opposed to whether or not they are competent at their jobs. And this is one thing that's bringing around the complete and total collapse of the United States, in my opinion. This is just more ammo to show other people on why we need to get prepared. I don't like to be negative. I like to preach from a platform of preparedness and hope and empowerment. And I will continue to do that on this channel, but I will also sit down there and tell the truth. I will also sit down there and put out information to where you, the viewers, can make your own determination. I don't wholeheartedly believe anything the federal government tells me as far as statistics and numbers and what's going on with particular current events. I like to try to do my own research and then make my own mind up at that. And I hope you'll do the same. I hope you take all this information and then it empowers you to continue to get prepared. Continue to go ahead and get those assets that will get you to the other side in a natural disaster or a personal SHTF, or the lack of state and federal support systems, because they are being absorbed by all of these illegal immigrants and illegal aliens that are crossing the border illegally. Make sure you get your personal protection equipment. Make sure you have a bug out bag for each family member. Make sure that you have food put back. Make sure that you have water and the means of filtrating that water on hand. Make sure you have lighting devices, ignition devices. Make sure you have the ability to cook food, generate power, control your climate. Make sure that you have a way to get through to the other side if something bad happens, ladies and gentlemen. In my view, that this is just going to continue to get worse. And it really isn't, in my opinion, going to matter who gets in the White House, whether President Biden gets reelected or whether President Trump is. I think that unfortunately we are too far down the rabbit hole to right the ship. I think that it's going to take something catastrophic to happen for things to change. I think those things that transpire hopefully will trigger the American public to wake up and hold all of these politicians and all of these government officials that were not voted into office, that constitute the swamp, get held accountable for their actions or lack thereof, and that from there we can go ahead and start getting back on a good and decent and prosperous path in the United States. All right, YouTube. I've gone on long enough. This was just a little take on what's transpiring here in the United States in regards to the invasion that's happening here in the United States. If you like this content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Give me your take on what you think is going on as far as the southern border. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm wrong. I read every comment and I try to respond to every comment. All right, YouTube. This is Gunnery Sergeant 67. I'm out.